Happy Sunday, Stampers and Paper Crafters. This is Facebook Live number 505. It is Sunday, July 26, 2026. My name is Joy Borwedge, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in Burnsville, Minnesota, and I have been a demonstrator since August of 1999. I'm warm. I'm very warm. I went to a Twins game today with my friend. She calls me up, or she texted me and said, "What are you doing tomorrow?" And I told her, and she said, "Want to go to a Twins game?" Being a Twins fan, you say, "Yes, thank you." So a friend of hers couldn't go and gave her both tickets, and she picked me. So we went. It's 106, feels like temperature outside. However, we went into the Thrivent Club, and so that was air conditioning, and so we sat outside in shade. There was kind of a breeze, and every time the door opened, the air conditioning kind of fell on us, so we were good for until about the 7th inning, and then walked up and down, got some ice cream, went back outside. It was a great game. Twins won, yay. So we took the series. Anyways, I'm going to put you down at the table in just a second. If you get motion sickness or anything like that, just look away, and I'll let you know when I'm done messing around with the camera. So I hope you see what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing my Twins hat, and then I'm wearing Stay Cool, eating ice cream. So that was like perfect. Tina, hi, I see you. All right, so we're loosening it up. So last week I was doing the Facebook Live, and my camera died. My phone died, I should say, right at the end. And so I didn't get a chance to show all 3 of the projects that were done. And hello, I see you. And so I put the cord there because it's at 63%, but I am not having this little puppy die on me again. So this is to remind me, plug the phone in so it doesn't die. It only takes one time for that to happen, right? Okay, so we're going to squish in just a tad bit. Oh, we're good. I think we're good. Is it crooked? Does it look crooked? All right, put some light on the subject. I think we're good. Okay, so again, my name is Joy Borwedge. I have an Instagram page at Stampin' for Joy. My YouTube page is Joy A. Borwedge. I have a Stampin' store. You can purchase from there 24/7. So if at 3 o'clock in the morning you realize you're running out of real red cardstock, it's open. All right, so that is stampinforjoy.stampinup.net. And then penguinz33@outlook.com is my email address. So if you would like to be added to my email address, maybe you live close to Burnsville, Minnesota, and you want to be invited to my apartment when I have stamp camps. Or maybe you want to know about specials that Stampin' Up! Is having. Send me your email, and I will put you on my list. Now, if you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator, and I could send you a catalog. Now, this one only lives until the end of August. Well, if you purchase with me by, let's see, it was January of 2025, beginning of last year, up until July 31st of this year, I will put your name down for the next catalog. That is how my customers earn them. And, I mean, you could be new, and so I'd be happy to send you a catalog. But if you don't place your orders with me, it does cost me money. So there's a little give and take there. I also have a Facebook page, Stampin' for Joy. So how this really works is we are live on my Joy Borwedge page, and then I take pictures of today's project and I put it hashtag 505 on my Instagram page. So if you see an Instagram hashtag, say 410, and you want to see that video, now obviously it's within it's past 30 days, so it's going to be on my YouTube page, and you can check it out at 410. All right, and then I download this video onto my YouTube page as well as to my Stampin' for Joy page. So I also have a Pinterest page that you can see as well, and it's also with the hashtag on it. So if you see something that you like of mine, there's a way to figure out, how do I see it made? So that's great. We just got done last weekend with the Stampin' event, the in-person Stampin' event, and that was a lot of fun. So last Sunday I showed those 4 cards, and then yesterday was Saturday, and we had our virtual event. So I'm going to be showing those cards today. But a few things to talk about. Let's see. What shall we talk about first? We could talk about the Metallic Magic. Stampin' Up! Has a new hot foil system, and it is super cool. Now, you can purchase the hot foil system and the craft class, which is 170009, and you automatically get access to that Metallic Magic craft class. Or you can just purchase the class, which is 171482, separately, and then you could see what the Stampin' hot foil system has to offer. And so that's a great way to be introduced to it. And anytime, I think through the end of the year, if you purchase the hot foil system, you will get free access to that class. Then also the Paper Pumpkin Kit. If you subscribe to the pay-as-you-go subscription by August 10th, on your first kit, you will get 25% off. Now, my paper pumpkins come to me monthly, and I put them together as soon as I get them, or pretty close to as soon as I get them. And each quarter, Stampin' Up! Also releases product that is available only to the Paper Pumpkin subscribers. And those add-ons happen to be products that could use for the 3 kits that are for that, I wanted to say semester, but that's not right. For that quarter, I guess. And so July was Hooray for Birthdays. And then August is Kindred Greetings. And then September is Aspens of Gratitude. And so, let's see. Seeing as how Hooray for Birthdays is gone, August is going to be Send Timeless, Understated Cards with heartfelt messages of comfort and appreciation. You make 9 cards, 3 of each of the 3 designs with coordinating envelopes. And then, let's see here. September, share your gratitude with cards featuring beautifully handcrafted woodland designs. So all these pieces would be incorporated into your paper pumpkin. Okay, and then don't forget about the last chance list. That list will be updated in the beginning of August, and I have no idea what's going to be put on that list, but the products are while supplies lasts, and they also have discounts on them. And the longer they sit around, the more discounts they end up going. So this is a great way to add to your craft stash while getting discounts. And then the product of the month for July happens to be Begonia Bell, and it's a 2-step stamp. And then you when you purchase in the online store and you meet that threshold, you'll receive a banner that says, would you like to purchase for only $5 the Begonia Bell? And you could click on it, yes, or you could click on it and then pick something else if it's still available. Again, these are while supplies lasts. Now last month, which was June, the product of the month didn't even make it the full month. It was just too flippin' cute. And this one, very pretty. So I don't know how long this one would last, but it's good, very good. And then I just wanted to just reiterate that this is the catalog that we have until the end of August. And then we also have July online exclusives. Now, online exclusives are products that do not show up in the catalog. Well, the next catalog that comes up, an online exclusive, actually made it into the catalog. So I don't want to say that anymore. So these products generally stay online, and they are while supplies last. Stampin' Up! Likes to be able to give you new options often so that you could see new product, and rather than having that new, something that's going to be sitting around for a year, and it's new stuff all the time. So I love the fact that Stampin' Up! Is able to do that. Okay, done talking. Let's start making. The first kit, now I'm just going to do the same thing I did for the in-person event. I'm going to label these cards what they were. So if you come in and you see I'm on card number 5, that's actually card number 1, but it was my card, which was number 5, because Heidi did 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I did 5, 6, 7, and 8. So for me, this is going to be easy to tell the winners, you won this card. So I'm going to take a drink. Before we get going. All right, so the first one is featuring Moonlit Flora, and that is actually in the catalog. The designer series paper is absolutely stunning, and I am a person that loves outdoor product, nature. I love flowers. I used to be a floral designer. It brought me happiness. So now stamping with flowers and nature brings me happiness. And then the Dewdrops embellishments, which are on page 34. This whole suite's on page 34. Then the Fern and Flora 3D embossing folder. And so we did our first card featuring that. Now, card number 5 at the in-person event was this one. And so you can see that this is a fun fold, and it stands. So this is a great card for somebody who has a mantle or who has a shelf that likes to display their cards. And this would actually be a great Christmas card. And so you could put your photo right here and then your Christmas greeting on the inside. And that would be kind of fun. So today's card, we are going to be doing something totally and completely different. All right. And I'm just going to take all my little, it's the same problem that I had. Oh, the static cling just really comes into play. So make sure that the baggie is completely empty before you continue on. Okay, so I have greenery. I have these the greeting. Here are the gems. I have designer series paper. These two pieces go on the inside. This one goes on the outside. And this designer series paper kind of, okay, so here's the fern. And I'm actually going to take my Take Your Pick tool and I'm going to poke out my pieces because I like actually seeing the pieces that come behind it through. Now I didn't poke everybody's pieces out because that's a lot and I did not want to do all that. So if whoever received the kit wants to do that, they could. And so all those are my greenery pieces. These things are for flowers. And here's the designer series paper. This goes for the inside. And so let's put our little flower parts together. And I'm going to get rid of my trash can, grab my silicone craft sheet, and my liquid glue. Okay, so I'm just going to put all that in my hands and I'm going to dump it on here. Okay, so I did not know what this was until I saw somebody putting this together. And so sometimes you have to see what somebody else does with something in order for you to know what to do with it. That's me. I did not figure that out. Okay, so I'm going to grab my glue. And it's sitting in a little penguin from the Country Hive. And I am just going to take a little dot and put that there and a dot right there. And I'm just going to put my glue straight up and I'm going to put this skinny little guy right on top. And I'm going to take this skinny little guy and put that right on top. Okay. And then there's a little bit of glue kind of overflowing. So let's see if that holds on to it. And then the same thing with this one. Nope, nope. Probably should put a little bit of glue there, just for giggles. And there it is. It fell off. I'm like my flower center. Where did it go? Now this is crisp cantaloupe. Let's see if that one stayed. Yes, it did. Yay! And then the centers are Golden Glow. I'm like, where did it go? It was stuck to my finger. And then we're going to grab that center. Come on. And push that right over. Just like that. And then this is going to actually set up while we do other things. So I'm just going to move those over. Come on, let's go. Okay, I'm going to put my glue lid back on for now. Okay, so then now we are going to grab the, oh, I didn't clean this off. Oh well, it's close enough to being clean. All right, so we're gonna grab the greeting and we're gonna do Peaceful Pine. And that is just gonna get pushed right over. So we're going to use the greeting from the stamp set that says, "You make the world a better place." And that is just going to hang out like that.
And this piece right here is our greeting for the front, and it's going to say thankful for you. Now I'm going to pick 4 winners, and I'm going to move this over kind of towards the right hand side, and that left a little space right there. Okay, so then we're going to close this up. And put that over here. And then now we're going to get rid of this and use our silicone craft sheet. And we're going to grab the Designer Series paper. And first of all, we're going to put, oops, I flipped that upside down by accident. I meant to flip this. We're going to use our Stampin' Seal right at the edge. This is a great way to use your scraps. All right, and so that just lifted that up. And then now we're going to put that adhesive on there. So Tina, how you doing? Did you get in your craft room this weekend at all? And all right, so there is our inside. Now that turned out really nice. So we're going to put adhesive on this. And then put that on the inside of the card. This is Peaceful Pine. And we're going to do equal distance between the top and the bottom. You got 4 cards done today. Nice. There you go. Perfect weather for it, right? Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to build our front. And so this piece has been embossed, and I did all the embossing for our virtual event. And one thing about doing our virtual event is that we figure out our layouts based upon Designer Series paper, dies, and so you don't need to own the stamp set. Now, if you want to, you can. Now, coming up for our next virtual event, Heidi and I have decided we are going to go kind of back to the way that we used to do it, where we purchase or we use one set for our virtual, and we make 4 different cards using that set. So I am going to be using Home for Christmas, and Heidi is going to be using the one with the snowshoes, the Alpine, I think it is. And once we set that date for our in-person event, then we know for sure when our virtual event will be. Okay, so then now I just added adhesive to that side, and now we're going to take dimensionals and we're going to pop this piece up right here. And it looks like I'm going to have to get some new dimensionals. So yay! I do not start a new pack until this is empty. So now that is empty. I was waiting. All right, so this one doesn't have a lid on it, so we're just going to try to poke that one out. Yay! And then, let's see, we'll pick this one. Pick me, pick me. And then we'll, I don't think I need to put one in the center. Okay, so we're just going to stab and grab those backings. No, that one doesn't have a backing. Duh. All right. Dawn, good. We're hoping it's going to be in October. Okay, then, but we have to find out if the church is open. Okay, so this is our piece right here. And then we're going to take a piece of adhesive and just put it on the designer series paper. Then we're going to grab this piece. Oops, that has... Nobody would even notice that was there but me. And so I kicked it out of its little ferny piece. And then we're going to go and put another piece of adhesive right here. And that goes for our golden glow. Now, if you notice, I'm not tacking these down at all. It gives it a little bit of motion. And then this piece, we're going to actually grab the Wink of Stella. And we're just going to get this one. Okay. Well, I hope you make it, Dawn. Tina had fun. All right. And I think her daughter had fun too. All right, so then we're just going to put a little tiny bit of glue right there. Oh, yuck. I got glue on my fingers. There's a little bit down at the bottom. I think. I don't know. We're just going to grab a baby wipe because I do not wish to grab onto somebody's card, whoever wins it, and get inky or get gluey. Yeah, I didn't say we were going to get inky fingers today, did I? Good, good, good. Okay. Yeah, it was a very nice selection. Well, good. Most of the people were really nice. You got that right. I can guarantee you not everyone is. All right, so with this one, I am going to put the, let's see, okay, I want to cover where the words come, okay, and kind of, you know, put my bow right there. So I want to put that there. So my dimensional is going to go here and here. I don't want to put it all the way over because I did that when I made the video. And then you just realize what you forgot that you didn't want to do, because, you know, I designed these cards a while ago, and then you kind of forget, you know, how you made them. Okay. That goes right there. I want a little tiny bit up. There we go. All right. I'm turning my fan on me a little bit more. Okay. Then I'm going to grab my mini glue dot and put that on. This is Peaceful Pine. This ribbon is just fabulous to work with. Okay, so that's perfect. I'm trying not to cover up the words. Let's make sure it's sticky. And I still got glue right there on my finger. Okay, I think it's all done now. It's driving me crazy. Let's see. I work with tape at work, a lot of packing tape, and every once in a while I'll get a piece of tape stuck to me, and I'm like, if anybody ever wants to just like torture me, they would tie me up and just put a piece of tape on my hand, and I couldn't get it off. That would be like the worst thing ever. Just hate having stuff stuck to me. Okay, so we're gonna put the embellishment right a little bit more. Come on, behave. There we go. Good embellishment. And then we're gonna put another one right here in the corner. And then the other one is going to go right there on the green. Okay, so we have 3 of them. And then now we're going to put our flowers. Okay, so I'm actually going to use mini glue dots on my flowers, and I'm going to roll them up and just kind of roll that like that. And then I'm going to take my flowers, and I'm going to lift them up a little bit. And so then that way they have a little dimension. And then we're going to put the big one. This is kind of a bigger one, and that is going to go right there. And then this one, going to roll that up, and then kind of lift and point up those flowers. Again, a little bit of life to them. Okay, we're going to put that one right there. And then the last one, last rolled up glue dot. Okay, and just touch that, and then put that right up there. Okay. Then we're done with that. Now we get to add our Wink of Stella to the center of our flowers, and kind of to like the lines of where the embossed kind of like little details of those flowers are. Okay. There we go. And that is our card. Card number 5. Okay, so I'm going to put a number 5 on it. So then that way, when I pick a winner, I know which card you won. Okay, so card number 5. Okay. Thank you very much, you two. Okay, and now I am going to clean off the ink. I'm going to put them back in my tray, because I think I might make the rest of my cards that I prepped. So I might just do a whole bunch and put them together. And then that way I can sell them. All right. Thank you very much. And so that goes there. Card number 6 features. Okay, so we're just going to use the same kind of thing. So we got mini glue dots, we have dimensionals, we have our take your pick tool, we have our glue, and we have our seal. So this way I am prepared. The card that we did at the in-person event was this one. And this is, let's see here, it's called Wood Grain Wonders. It's a designer series paper that was brought March 26 in the online exclusives. This is actually going to make it into the catalog starting in September. So for me, that's the first time I've ever seen an online exclusive carrying over into a catalog. So we'll see. So this is a fun fold, and it was meant to show the different ways to use the larger stamps but make a cute card and use the wood, the nature. And so that is the woodland grain. And then the in-person event, totally and completely different. And so that is that card. We're going to be using the Help Me Grow bundle, and that is in the online exclusives as well. And you save 10% when you purchase this bundle. And the in color painted patterns, designer series paper, we're going to be using that today as well. The pearlized in color specialty paper. Now it is sparkly on both sides, so if you mess up one side, you always got the other side. And then here is my inspiration sheet so that it helps me see where things are, what things do. I can cut out items, I can stamp them. Then I have the standalones, and then I have the greetings that are over here. Now this one right here, I did some stamp surgery. I want my flower to be a color, and then I want my greens to be another color, which is green. Doesn't matter what color green, but green. Most of the time flowers are green. Leaves are green. Sometimes they are not. Okay, so then this card is going to be using crisp cantaloupe, and here are all the parts. Again, you have to make sure that everything is out of the baggie because it likes to stay. Okay, so here is the pot. We have flowers. We have 3 different flowers. We have the greenery piece. I called it lettuce in the video. And then I took Peaceful Pine Dark blend, Stampin' Blend, and colored the rhinestones. This is going to be the background. And this is going to be the inside of the card. Okay, so we have Lost Lagoon, Peaceful Pine, Crisp Cantaloupe making our card today. All right, so the first thing that I actually want to do is grab Peaceful Pine, because I need to color. Oops. I need to grab this, and we're going to add a little bit of color. And we're going to use a brush. Oops. Sorry. I didn't want Peaceful Pine. I want a Lost Lagoon. Duh. Lost Lagoon. That's in the other one. Okay. I knew I was sharing colors. There we go. Now I know. Number 8. Okay, so this goes in the last one. Okay, Lost Lagoon. See, I labeled Lost because sometimes when I have multiple brushes going on, I want to make sure I remember what ink pad I stuck it in. Okay, you can always add color, but you can't take it off. So just swirl around until you are happy with the amount of color that is on there. And sometimes I flip it around just so that sometimes I might seem like I am I'm right-handed, so I might be, treating the right side a little bit more than I am the left side. So I kind of do flip it around. And then I'm going to take this and close that up, and I'm going to put it at number 8 so I don't forget. Excuse me. Okay, so then the inside of the card, we are going to stamp the greeting. Let's see, right here. We're going to lay this on. We're not going to glue it yet, because just in case you make a boo-boo, which I actually did in the video. I didn't make a boo-boo, I didn't like it as much as I would have. And we're going to do Peaceful Pine. And that is in the first one. I really did want this one. Also, I guess. Okay, so we're going to take the Peaceful Pine. Just tap, tap, tap. When you get the new felt ink pads, you don't want to just tap in the center, because otherwise it's going to get concave. So you want to use the whole ink pad, the whole thing. You don't want to just use the center. Okay, so then now we're going to close that up. That turned out nice, but I still could mess up the flower. Now, I told the people that that were at the event that if they had this stamp set, what I used. And then if they didn't have the stamp set, that we used a small flower. And that's going to go right there in Crisp Cantaloupe. And then close that up. And then we're going to do the Lost Lagoon. Gosh darn it, I put that away. I wanted this still. And then we're going to do some green. Tap, tap. And we're just going to do some leaves right there. And then we're going to do this one too. Tap, tap. I'm going to put that one right there. Okay, so then that turned out very nice. We're going to close that up. And let's look goes to number 8. And we're going to grab the, I'm actually going to change this up just a tad bit. I used Crisp Cantaloupe for the center, but I think I want to use Golden Glow, just because I think it might show up better. There we go. There we go. Because it looks too similar, and now it looks just a tad bit different. All right, so then now, seeing as how that is done, we'll have one more thing to stamp on this, but that's okay. That's coming up in a bit. And we're going to grab this. Because it's so tiny, I love to have my silicone craft sheet with me so that it holds, it keeps all my glue off my mat, my Glass Mat Studio, and so that I don't get sticky on the next card. And that was a little bit of excess glue. And that is up there, so we'll just wipe that off, and it is all good. Okay, so this looks really good. We're going to add adhesive to the back side. And that is going to go right in here. Just like that. Okay, then we're going to decorate the front part of our card. And so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take this Peaceful Pine and we're going to add some adhesive to it. We're going to put that a little bit closer towards the left. And then we're going to put a line across there. And this is fraying. In my video, I couldn't think of the word fray. And I'm like going, I just wanted to snip that off. Oh, this one too. I mean, it happens, I'm sure, in the mail. And when you're juggling things around. Okay. So we're going to put this a little bit over here, but I wanted a little bit more to this side. It lays so nice. I mean, it doesn't buckle or anything. All right, then this piece we're going to take and we're going to put it on dimensionals. So we're going to flip that over, grab my people poker, I'll just stab and grab those backings. And we're going to put this on the front part of the card. And that is going to go equidistant from the top and the bottom. And again, a little bit that way to the left. Then we're going to take some adhesive and put that on our bottom of the pot so that it sits on the it sits over here and it grabs that saucer. Okay, and I have a little bit extra on top, so I'm gonna just swipe that off. Okay, cool beans. Then we're gonna flip this over and we're gonna grab our adhesive and the piece of lettuce. It's easier to pick it up with the take your pick tool. Stab it. And put that right in there. Okay. And then we're going to add dimensionals. So 1, 2, and 3. So stab and grab those little puppies. I need to move into the center of the frame. Oops, that one's not. I didn't stab that one good enough. All right, so then this one is going to go right here. Ooh, my pot's crooked. There, much better. Okay. Isn't that just like adorable? Then we're going to take these guys and we're going to put a little tiny bit of glue on them. These little furs. And we're going to grab this one. I'm just going to put, nope, that didn't work. We're going to put a little bit of glue on the chunky one there and the chunky one there. And then just grab that. And that is just going to slide right, oops, right down in there. Okay, there's one. And then the next one, this one, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a little tiny bit of glue. Oops, I almost grabbed the glue spot. And then that is going to go right. That was supposed to go this way. Yeah. No? Yeah, I could do that way. There, much better. Thinking out loud to myself. You can stick them on however you want. That will work. And then we'll go down a little bit. Cool. And then the next one, we are going to go right there and right there. Just figure out your spots. Slide that in. There we go. Oops, stay. No. Oh my goodness. The flowers would prefer to stay to my fingers, and that's a no-no. There we go. Oh my goodness. I think it will stay now. I'm going to put a mini glue dot under that, or sorry, a mini dimensional under these, underneath that, so it stands up properly. Let's see, take that backing off so I can slide it on in. There. Much better. Okay, now I'm happy. Okay. No fighting with flowers. All right. Just took a drink. Okay, so then now we need to stamp our greeting. And that is going to be hello in Lost Lagoon. And just tap, tap, tap. This hello is in this stamp set. And we're going to put that right down there. It's like in the perfect placement. Right there. In that little tiny spot. Okay. Then we're going to take the Peaceful Pine, or rhinestone. We're going to put the big one. Oops. Big one goes down right in the corner. And the medium one goes by hello. And then this one goes right up in the corner. So right in there, and right down in there. Because there's enough sparkly bits in here. All right. And then, now you guys are going to probably be really shocked that no Wink of Stella goes on the front of the card. It goes on the inside. So we're just going to clean that off. We just did the center. And love you bunches. Isn't that cute? So, oh, thank you for the heart. What do you think of card number 6? Okay, so let's grab the card number 6. So like I said, I'm going to have 4 different winners. And so if your name gets picked for card number 1, I'm taking your name out. So I want different people to get a chance to win. All right. Excuse me. Okay, so we're going to, where did that go? I'll put that, I put my Post-it note away because, I mean, we got 2 more cards to make. So, okay, so we're going to clean off our stuff. I probably won't put this away tonight. I will probably just sit and chill and before I go to bed. Thank you very much, Dawn. And chillax before I go to bed tonight. Just because my supervisor won't be in tomorrow and I'm doing her job. So I got more on my plate tomorrow than I know. Okay, so this card, which is card number 7, so it's our 3rd card for the evening, is featuring Delicate Dreams. And we have the Specialty Designer Series paper. We have the stamped items and the dies. Also, the dies that cut this out in the Designer Series paper. Then we also have the standalone dies, which are over here, and the greetings and the background right there. Here are the stamps, the bundle. So it's called Delicate Whispers, and this whole suite's called Delicate Dreams. And then I used the greeting from Banner Sayings, which is a punch bundle. So that is available. And so this happens to be the card that we made at the in-person event. So this is a fun fold. So we open this up. And then we have that greeting. And so that is what they made last weekend. And so I featured the same cards, or the same bundles, I should say, for the virtual event. Now, this coming virtual event, we're only going to do one card, or one stamp set, and that I am going to be using Home for Christmas. And then Heidi will be using the one with the snowshoes, the Alpine something. And so that was the in-person event. And so we're going to be making another fun fold, and it's quite a different card. Okay. So take out the packet. And I gave everybody the same amount of stuff from the Designer Series paper, but I did not do any of the fussy cutting for them. Are you crazy? Okay, so this is kind of a funky piece. And then we have that goes together. And then we have the die cut flowers. And then we have 2 pieces of Designer Series paper. These bits, these flower, or the greens and the 2 flowers. The 2 flowers were die cut, and then I die cut that as well. And I took let's see, Hydrangea Hue. I did the dark, and I colored the rhinestones to coordinate. And then this piece that is on top of the gray granite, those 2 go together. Then the piece that's for the greeting on the inside is this. So I kind of separated everything, so hopefully they didn't get too much mismatch. So might as well do some fussy cutting. And you can, if you haven't made your kit yet, you can fussy cut as much as you want. It didn't take very long. You can cut all the little dots off. You don't have to do too much at the bottom, just because the pieces will be kind of tucked under. So it's whatever and how much you want to show. Okay, so that one right there is good enough for me. Then I'm going to take, I got a long one. You can cut as close, or you can cut all the dots off. It's really, these, I called them fluffy things. They kind of look like fronds, like feather fronds, but it's whatever, right? It's whatever the designer intended them to be and how you use it in your craft stuff. So Okay, that one's good enough for me. And when you do fussy cutting, you want to keep your scissors in your hand moving, and then stationary, and then you want to keep your paper moving. I was getting that backwards, I'm sorry. It moves it a lot quicker. All right, then we're going to go here. And I do not intend on keeping that little tiny flower. I'm just going to cut that little puppy off. Whee! There you go. Around the corner and around a bend, and we go down again. Whoop, whoop. The heat got to me. We actually parked kind of farther away than we normally do, so we had to do some walking, and that was okay. We were really paying attention to what parking ramp we went to, and my friend Sarah, she was going with another friend, and her friend couldn't make it, and so she's like, do you want to sell the tickets? Do you want to go? And she's like, I have a friend that likes to go. And then she asked me, so what do you got going tomorrow? And I'm like, I told her. And she goes, do you want to go to the Twins game? And I'm like, I'm nuts. I said, yes. She goes, it's going to be hot tomorrow. But we were in the Thrivent area, so that means that we could have stayed inside in air conditioning all we wanted to, but our tickets were right next to the door, right under the awning, and the sun never even was even on us, and there was a very slight breeze, and we left right as the 7th inning was ending. And so we walked slowly through the whole Thrivent area, because, you know, that's air conditioning. And then we just basically dropped down by the gate that we came in at, and then we walked all the way to our car. My car. I found it. We found it really nice, easy. So that was good. And then I dropped her off, and as soon as I left that, the Twins won. So it's like, whoop, whoop. All right, I'm going to take another drink. But I had Gatorade and water and a lemonade. And so that felt very good for me. Okay. All right. I'm going to put these are directional, so I'm going to make sure that when I put them on, I want to put them on facing the right way. And I know that we're covering up the pretty part, but that's okay. We want all parts of the Designer Series paper showing. Okay, so there we go. And there we go. Okay, so there's that. And then we're going to take this piece and we're going to put that on here. This is pecan pie. Ooh, not like that. We want to put it on the proper way, like this. Okay. So then we're going to stamp our greeting on this piece. And that is going to say, I'll move that over, and it's going to say happy birthday. I'm just going to see how that looks. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, I'm going to tap, tap, tap right there because it got a little dark when I made my first card. There we go. Perfect. That turned out good. So I'm just going to leave that. And we're going to come back to this later. And we're going to put that there. We're going to put this on the inside of the card. Just got to make sure I'm in camera when I'm doing this. Because I stand up when I do this most of the time. Like 95% of the time. But last week when I sat down because my ankle was hurting. Alright, there we go. That's going to go on the inside of the card because we're all done with that piece. Okay, so that's going to go in there equidistant. A little bit more over to the right. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, that's going to go up above. Then we're going to take this piece and we're going to take crumb cake and we're going to push our bits up there. So we're going to grab our brush, grab some color, and just tap off and then kind of have kind of like an arc. Okay, so that kind of swishes around. And then that's actually good enough. Okay, then we are going to do some stuff. First of all, we're going to take our flower and we're just going to put a piece of adhesive right there. And my video, I did not realize I had to do my swishes like that because for some strange reason, okay, did I not have any adhesive on there? No. There. I had to do it like this, but it doesn't matter because whatever your greenery piece is, mine just, I don't know, it turned out weird. So this is how I originally planned it, but if it had to go like, you know, the opposite way, that's okay too. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so we're going to take this out of the way now, and we're going to put the flowers upside down, and we're going to use dimensionals, and we're just going to do one. It's kind of like smack dab in the middle. And the reason why is because we're going to be tucking stuff under, and we want to make sure that we have places to tuck the stuff under. Otherwise, if there was too many dimensionals there, it wouldn't go anywhere. So this one is going to kind of go like that. Okay, and then this one is going to kind of go like that. Okay, there we go. So that's kind of like our, and then you can stick your stuff wherever you want. So this big one I might even actually cut. So I don't know. We'll see. So we're going to take this piece, that piece, and then we'll put a piece at the top. And we'll put a piece at the bottom. See if, oh, that does work nicely. Ha 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 ha. Then we're going to put this piece kind of coming out of here underneath the green, and then this one kind of up there, and then we're going to put the greenery pieces wherever we want. And again, just a little bit of adhesive. So I'm going to put that one right there. This one right there. And that one kind of like that. And then I'm going to take these two little flowers and grab the mini glue dots. We're going to roll them around on my finger. 1 and 2. Okay. Then we're going to take this and throw this away, the tail. And then, so the blue one is going to go kind of up there. And the tan one is going to kind of go right down in there. So it's not unidimensional, but it's not sitting flat. Okay, so that looks awesome to me. Then we're going to take this and put this on our gray granite. Isn't that pretty? I mean, I love gray granite and crumb cake and hydrangea hue together along with mossy meadow. And this is Cue the Cupcake, or Cue the Confetti. Cue the Cupcake. I like that. Cue the Cupcake. Okay, let's practice. There we go. Just right there for me. Beautiful. Okay. So that is going to stay facing, this is facing up and down, right? So we're going to flip that over to the side. We're going to take this and we're going to put adhesive on the both things. I don't know, I don't know what you want to call it. So we're going to take this and we're going to put this on the back of our flowers. So this is facing up, okay, and this is facing up. So we squeeze this like this, okay? And what it does is it locks the card. This is a locking mechanism. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, we can just put it in like this and then put it in like that. And that. Goes in. Come on, open up. Go in there. And it goes like this. Isn't that fun? Okay, now we're going to take the rhinestones. We're going to put one right down there. Thank you for the heart. I saw that. We're going to put one right there. And then one right at the top. Okay. Now, the more you do it, you know, the more... Okay, so it goes slide in, slide in. There. Let's see if that works. Slide and slide. Come on, let's go. Do you talk to your stuff? I do. I talk to my stuff all the time. See? All right. And there we go. Now you should probably either send this to somebody you don't like so they can't get their card open, or you send this to a card lover. You know, somebody who loves handmade cards. Okay, so that happens to be card number 7. And so what do you think? Okay. And we'll put that on there. And we got one more card. And then we're done. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so we're going to clean off our 2 stamps. Cue the confetti and happy birthday. All right, and our last card for the evening is featuring the Rolling Waves suite. Rolling Waves bundle. And this is from the March Online exclusives. Thank you very much, Dawn. So this was the in-person card event. So they got to make the beach card and Winkostella their stuff. And then this is going to be a totally and completely different card. All right, so this piece right here is the die. That is this piece right here. It cuts that out, okay? Then these, I called them horns. So the horns fit right there. And then these horns fit right there, and then these do not fit anywhere. So I just lined everything up, and so you could see each piece and where it went. And here are the standalone dies, and these are stamped and cut out, and then our greetings that went with the set. Okay, and again, this is in the online exclusives from March. Okay, so here is the packet. And we're also using the Earthen Tone specialty paper, which is in the online store. It's kind of like a chocolate, so it's a dark brown, and I really, really, really hope they keep it for this coming fall, because it would be gorgeous with the new sunflower suite and some of the leaves that are coming up in the new catalog. All right, so those are the sunflowers. Those are the shells. These dies were in the light pecan rhinestones. These rhinestones were in the light pecan pie blend. Okay, then I told everybody, this is the inside of the card, and I told everybody to not do anything with this card until I told them what to do, because I didn't want them to mess things up. Because I'm just going to show you a little technique using this. So this is a die cut, and we're going to use the Pretty Peacock, and we're going to grab I have a peacock brush. We're just going to grab some color, and we're going to start off, and we're going to keep our fingers in place. Okay, just like that. And you can oops, I kind of moved it, but that's okay. And then go over here, grab some more color, Okay, so we don't have to do the center of it because that's how we're gonna, too much of the center, but we're gonna get this piece over here because we wanna, there we go. So that's gonna be on this piece right here, okay? So then you can turn it around to see which way you want it. And I want a little bit more color here so you could see. Like that. So it's going to sit on here, but I want to be able to see some of the white and some of the petal pink, or petal pink, pretty peacock. Now this is the inside of our card. We're not going to ink up, but we're going to use the color already on the brush. And that's going to be the inside of our card. Okay. And I don't know what that is, so we're just going to scoot that off. People poker. And for now, we're going to put that off to the side. And we're going to assemble stuff. And grab this right here. And I'm going to take that, whatever that is, just in case it has ink on it. I don't want it hitting anything that could possibly change color. All right, so we're going to put adhesive on here. So just like that. And then this is vellum. It's our cardstock vellum. We're going to put just a little tiny bit of adhesive in 3 different spots because we're going to cover that up. Now I'm going to match the horns with the other horns. And we're just going to let it sit there. See how you could see the adhesive underneath? We're going to put shells there. So we're going to be fine. Then we're going to take this and put adhesive. Make sure it opens up the proper way. And this is going to go. Hi, Kathleen. How you doing? Just like that. Now we are on we're on our last card, so you might want to go back in and watch the replay. So we're going to take our happy birthday and grab our craft sheet, Stampin' Pearson mat, and we're going to stamp greeting, happy birthday. Right smack dab center, right there. Okay, and then we're gonna move that to the side for a second, and we're gonna do the happy birthday. I'm just gonna move that. I'm gonna not close it. We're gonna do Lost Lagoon, and that's gonna say, hoping your day is perfect, and that's going to go the inside just like that. Okay, and then we're going to close this up, and I'm going to do the shell. I think it's a conch shell in Pretty Peacock. That's going to go right there. Okay, so then now we're done stamping. And we can get rid of the messy piece. We're going to put adhesive on the back side. And it's going to go in there. I think that's pretty good for being equal distance. Okay. So then now we're going to add our adhesive. And I'm just going to do some bigger pieces. Let's see, can we stick you? Now we're just going to stick you right there. And then this one is going to go right there, cover up that one. This one's going to go, you don't see that adhesive on the other side very much, but that's okay. And then we're going to take one of these small ones and we're going to put that over here because we don't want to use it. Then we're going to take, until we get to the inside, then we're going to take this shell and kind of put that under a little bit. And then this one, its foot's gonna hang out. And we're gonna do this one. It's gonna come in right between the two. Happy birthday. And then we're gonna take one of these and put this down in the corner. And then kind of like up inside, and one right over there. It's a little lighter than the earth tone texture, or earth tone specialty. And then we're going to put this one right there. And then, come on. Flip over. Put a little bit of adhesive. I want the little spider web to go away. And then that is going to sit down in the corner there. Okay. So this happens to be card number 8. And we will bring them all back in, and then you can vote which one you like the best. Okay, so card number 8. So, where did it go? I put my marker away too. I tend to do that. When I'm stamping, I put things back, because then I know where to find it when I need it again. Okay, so this is card number 8. Okay. And then card number 7. You love that one also? Oh, you're still recovering, Kathleen? I hope you feel better soon, like really quick. So here is the one that, you know, the interlocking. And then number 6. And number 5. Okay, so which one do you guys like best? 5, 6, 7, or 8? Let me know. Okay, so you can get a chance to win one of these cards. And all you have to do is a thumbs up or a heart, okay? If you leave a comment, then you get your name. So thumbs up or a heart gets your name entered into the drawing. If you leave a comment, your name gets entered into the drawing. And if you share this on, you like 5 and 6 the best. Okay, cool. If you share this on your timeline, you get 2 entries. And that helps me with my, getting more people to see my page and to learn more about stamping. And maybe somebody might see something that they've never tried before. Or maybe somebody's starting out and I just scared the crap out of them. Everybody starts out, you know, everybody. And you can build upon that. So guys, I want to say thank you very much for helping me out, placing orders, doing the likes, doing the shares, doing, you know, it just makes my heart happy. I love sharing, and I didn't know what paper crafting was when somebody invited me to a party in 1997. And when somebody said stamping, they said, like, postage stamps? And I'm like, no. I said, you know what Tupperware is? And they're like, you like number 7, huh? Okay, cool. I said, you know what Tupperware is? And they're like, yeah. And I said, it's like that, but more fun. I mean, who's going to have fun with, you know, a plastic bowl with the lid? All right, guys. And I've come a long way, so it's kind of scary to kind of see what my bedroom looks like right now. I just got done. I got all my brushes drying, and I rinsed them out. Now I have card kits from previous shows that I want to do up and make cards and put them in my card for sale box. So I got to get busy with that and clean up some baggies. Guys, take care. Have a great week. Hopefully I'll be back on Thursday night. I don't know what this week is going to bring for me, just because the lady that's in charge at work of my area that I work in, her mom died. And so I don't know how long it's going to take for her to get stuff situated. So I might not be here on Thursday. We'll see. Take care, guys. Have a great week, and happy stamping.